It's about the most iconic characters in gaming. So this is they're actually saying it's the most influential gaming characters because I bet they probably were making this list. So because yeah, if you go on more, it's the most iconic characters here. You have the most. This is the list. The most iconic game characters. There's also another list for here by How To. They tended to the most influential gaming characters because iconic characters, just because they were popular in the past doesn't mean they're popular today. There were lots of said characters that were popular in the past, but nobody gives a crap about them today. And Fall Guys. Fall Guys is not an icon of gaming per se. But we're going to go over this list of characters that are most iconic. First is Commander Shepard. He's at 50 here. So yeah, he is the main character of Mass Effect. Mass Effect games are very popular, obviously, but yeah, he is the one. Mass Effect is a very influential game in RPGs. Ezio, I'm surprised he's this low. OTR is pretty high. Should be pretty high as well. But Assassin's Creed, he's like the face of Assassin's Creed. I know they have moved on from Ezio and moved on to new characters, but Ezio is still like the big Assassin's Creed. Then we have Earthworm Jim. I don't know how many games Earthworm Jim's games have sold. I have no idea how many Earthworm Jim games, but his games I don't. His games. I don't really. I know who Earthworm Jim is, but I don't think most people would know who Earthworm Jim is. He's kind of a more obscure character, so I wouldn't really say he's one of the most iconic characters of all time. Again, his games, I don't really think many people know about his games. If you want to talk about recognizability and characters that you can recognize, I think Earthworm Jim should not really be on a list like this. Pit of Kid Icarus, well, he's in Super Smash Bros. But other than that, nobody really knows him outside of Smash Bros. Okay, now. Next is Fargoth from Morrowind. Morrowind is not as big as Skyrim. I expected Skyrim character. Then we have McCree. So for some reason, McCree is the most iconic Overwatch character. Even though there was a literal character, even though he's not even on the cover of Overwatch, which is just hilarious. You also have several other characters that are more popular on Google, such as Genji, Mercy, Diva, Roadhog, and Junkrat. So yeah, next is Jonathan Irons from Call of Duty. So Handsome Jack, yeah, he's the most iconic Borderlands 2 villain. Borderlands 2 is a very huge game. Then we have Rayman. Well, I think Rayman is a dead franchise at this point because Ubisoft just threw Rayman in the gutter and just forgot he even existed. I think those annoying rabbits are more iconic than him now. The Rayman's so iconic that he's not even in Mario Party. He's not. He doesn't even have a real crossover with Mario, and he has to take an L to the rabbits twice away. Diddy Kong, this guy, I think he's from Mass Effect. He's not from Halo. Yeah, he's from Mass Effect. Ryu Hayabusa. I'm surprised I'm not trying to bring back Ninja Gaiden. I know Ninja Gaiden is pretty popular for being and very known for being a difficult game. And yeah, Spyro. Well, yeah, Spyro. I'm surprised you haven't brought back Spyro, but the Spyro trilogy sold really well. So let's hope that Spyro could come back. Nathan Drake, obviously. Deckard Kane. Literally never heard of him. Why? How is he on this list if he literally never heard of him? There's a list of course, most iconic game characters. Never heard of Deckard Kane before. Okay, Gordon Freeman. Not surprised. GLaDOS, one of the most iconic game villains. Samus. I saw this is not the reason why. Because Metroid games sold like 18 million copies total. I saw Samus as an iconic for, Okay, we're moving on. Zelda. I think Zelda should be higher than Link because the game's literally called The Legend of Zelda, not The Legend of Link. Agent 47, yeah, they even got two movies. Sam Fisher from, of course, the 1,500, Tom Clancy games they have made. Jack of Blades. Literally never heard of him before in terms of games. He must be from a newer game, though. Sonic. Why is Sonic only halfway on this list? Sonic should be in the top 5. Donkey Kong. Yeah, this list is completely stupid. Why is Banjo-Kazooie more iconic than Sonic? Whoever made up this list must be stuck in the 90s, because Sonic is a bigger franchise overall. Okay? If you want to go by characters, by sales, okay, literally most of this list, besides, Rayman, Earthworm Jim, and some of the more forgettable characters like Fargoth, or, some of the more lesser characters, or Oda and Rex, okay, and Deckard Cain. This is probably like one of the worst ones, because Banjo-Cat hasn't really had a game in such a while. Okay. Pikachu. And we have this random person from Red Dead Redemption. How is Pikachu below character? Okay, here's the thing. 25th slot for Pikachu. Pikachu should be like number 2 or number 3 on this list. But Sonic is below Banjo-Kazooie. But both are below Bonnie McCrane. Why is it? Because he's a woman? Rain, that's from... Never heard of BloodRayne before, but apparently BloodRayne is more iconic than Pikachu and Sonic. Same thing with Cortana. Okay? Is more iconic than Pikachu, Donkey Kong, Sonic, Zelda, and some of these, and Diddy, and probably, Diddy Kong's probably more iconic. Heck, even yeah. Next is Sarah Kerrigan from StarCraft. I never played StarCraft. He must be, but Bowser is below Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War. Mega Man. Oh yeah, this is why people think Mega Man's one of the most iconic characters. According to this list, Mega Man's more iconic than Pikachu and Sonic. Okay? 90s kids are like, but Mega Man is a big game series. But let's look at the best selling game franchises of all time. Okay? Banjo, we have... How many copies did Pokemon games sell? Oh, Pokemon has sold 380 million copies. Pokemon has sold 38 times more nearly 30 times more copies than Mega Man. Not to mention, Pokemon is the highest grossing series of all time, game franchise of all time. And then we have the most another ridiculous one, Max Payne. Max Payne is more iconic than Sonic, Pikachu, and Donkey Kong. Sub-Zero, for some reason still higher than Kratos. I can understand why Kratos is up here, but Sub-Zero is not even like the face of Mortal Kombat. I think that's Scorpion. So Kitana. Why do we have 3 Mortal Kombat characters in the top 50? Top 20? I think they should spread out these characters a bit more, because the most popular characters in Mortal Kombat is Sub-Zero and Scorpion. And I'm putting Kitana here. Ganondorf, Pac-Man, Duke Nukem. Yeah. So according to this list, Kitana, no, not Duke Nukem, is more iconic than Pac-Man. Pac-Man is the Duke Nukem is more iconic than Bowser, Donkey Kong, Sonic, and literally Pikachu. Highest grossing media franchise of all time. Cloud Strife. Well, he's like the guy from Final Fantasy everybody knows. Geralt from Rivia. Again, Witcher 3 was a massive game. I think people will know him from Witcher 3. Lara Croft, I can understand. I see here Princess Peach. So Princess Peach is more iconic than Donkey Kong. Yeah, that's kind of pretty hard to believe here. Solid Snake, Mario, and Link. And John Marston is... So, Mario had... This is the one thing. Red Dead Redemption is not the best-selling game of all time. Okay? Mario sales 484.62 million copies. And Link, I can see why Link is higher than Mario. But John Marston, higher than the Master Chief. According to these guys, these game designing guys, Master Chief is the most iconic character of all time. Okay? Yeah, he's up there in the top 10, but if you go by sales, it's to go Mario, in terms of characters that people actually recognize, Pikachu, Mario, because Pokemon's the highest grossing series of all time. Mario, Steve from Minecraft, probably third place. Luigi, Bowser, Sonic, Master Chief, Cloud, the Pac-Man, and Link. That's what the top 10 should really be. Not John Marston. Who the hell like John Marston? Yeah. That list is completely. It says most iconic characters ever to grace your screen. Okay, but according to them, the most iconic character, the second most iconic character in gaming is John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. We have this list, the most iconic characters of all time. Well, I can see if they grew up here. So Shy Guy, Navi, Ash Ketchum. Ash Ketchum's not even a freaking video game character. He's from the fucking Pokemon anime. Doc from Duck Hunt, Sweet Tooth, Twisted Metal, and Bison. That's from the memes. That's from the memes. Dr. Wily, Sarah Kerrigan from StarCraft, Etris from God of War, Etris from God of War, Fox McCloud. I got Pitt was on the other list, but not Fox McCloud. Trevor Phillips. There was a girl missing. GTA was going to be missing from the list. Gordon Freeman. Heavy was missing from the list. I find they consider Trip McCree the most iconic character in all of Overwatch. That's what I find funny. Sam Fisher, Diddy Kong. Ellie from the last one. I'm surprised he wasn't on the list, but Earth from Jim was. Jill fan. No Resident Evil characters were on the list. That was completely odd. Resident Evil. Ezio, I think, is much higher on this list. Yeah, 31. This list is much better than the other one. Okay. But this is a strike. Yeah, Ellie from The Last of Us. I'm surprised she's not even on that list. Ellie from The Last of Us is not even on that list. That's just hilarious. 2. I know The Last of Us Part 2 sucked, but there are literal characters that are definitely much more iconic than like half of that list. Like Spyro's on the list, but not Crash Bandicoot. That's odd. Okay. Then we have like a list like this. Sonic is at least Sonic is respected on this list, not being appealing on like halfway through the list. Okay, and no other Sonic characters like Dr. Eggman, and yeah. Same thing with Pikachu. Okay, Pikachu I think is more iconic than Mega Man. I know people get angry at that, but Pokemon's the highest grossing media franchise of all time. Yeah, Ryu wasn't on the list either. Ryu wasn't on the list. Yeah, Pikachu's at 11, but I think Pikachu's definitely more iconic than Mega Man. Okay. You can try to... Mega Man fans can try to argue, oh yeah, Yoshi wasn't on the list. Luigi wasn't on the list, but Peach was so high on the list. Steve wasn't on the list. Tom Nook. Especially the Creeper from Minecraft. That's like one of the most iconic characters of all time. That's like one of the faces of Minecraft. Okay. Big Daddy wasn't even... Yeah, like, it's such bad choices. Like, especially, like, Kitana being, like, the most iconic Mortal Kombat characters other than Boobs. Okay. The most... Even though Scorpion's really, like, on, like, every Mortal Kombat promotional media out there. Cover of Mortal Kombat 11, cover of Mortal Kombat X, cover of the Mortal Kombat movie on Blu-ray and poster. They really just put Scorpion on the cover, not Kitana. But they're saying Kitana's the face of... Yeah, this is why nobody takes the mainstream media Seriously, because the mainstream media is just completely stupid and telling you who is the most iconic characters in gaming because you literally have characters that are literally the faces of a series far lower than other characters. There's okay, and you have games that sell far more than other games on here, and we have complete omissions. Excuse me, like Minecraft is completely omitted. Okay, then we have the top 10 game characters of all time. You know, by the top tens was just a list you voted. Kirby was not even on there. No Kirby characters were even on the list. Both of them. That's what I find funny. Mega Man is considered iconic, but not Kirby. Okay, not Kirby. Kirby does not count as iconic. But we have this list of this is the greatest characters in all time. That's most popular characters. Yo. And yeah, this was just far different from the rest of the list. Far different from the rest of the list. Yeah, Steve from Minecraft is at least on the list. Tails actually characters that people actually care about. Like, there's more than one Sonic character on the list. Okay, Sonic has 4 or 5 characters that would at least be in the top 50 characters of all time. But yeah, the mainstream media is absolutely ridiculous. The other list was not as bad as the first list, but the second list was still pretty bad. Okay, in every metric, I think more people will know who Pikachu is over Mega Man. Okay, same thing with Mario. Okay, and yeah, that's basically about the video. Goodbye.